Hello everyone and welcome back to Corsace Closed 2022 semifinals weekend. It is the beginning of day number 2, which means it is the beginning of the potential matches in the losers bracket and of course the semifinals in the winners bracket. Getting things started today will be maliszewski versus Reedkatt, players who won in the losers bracket yesterday, moving on to face each other here today. I'm this one guy, and joining me will be none other than everyone's favorite caster, Chillier Pear. Good morning, Chillier. How's it going?
Put so much pressure on me just with the intro, man. What am I supposed to do? Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good morning. Good afternoon. It's definitely afternoon now, or evening. I'm going to run through everything so we are mentioning everyone. Like mentioned, Reedkatt versus maliszewski, or Defons, I guess, now. Based on the picture.
Josh, aka Megatron is bad.
Josh, true.
That is the true origin of the dog profile picture.
Oh, so many dog profile pictures on here. We've got cats versus dogs literally today. Reedkatt, a extremely strong player in the tournament thus far, our 8th seeded player out of qualifiers. Got dropped down to the losers bracket by Zoodinator 2 weekends ago, or last weekend rather. Faced off against Doomy yesterday. Finished in a valiant 6-3 fashion. Maliszewski, our favorite Polish player nowadays. He has been absolutely running through the tournament scene. Took an amazing win against Okoro in the first round, 6-1. An unfortunate loss to an extremely strong-looking Arnold last weekend in a 6-1 loss. Came back into form with a 6-2 win against Badu this weekend, and maybe looking to continue that high-performing trend after his unfortunate loss last weekend.
I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens today because, you know, yesterday maliszewski got to do what a lot of players get to do against Badu, which is to pick every left-hand map that they can find and win free points off of them. And I think he's most likely going to try to continue to do that again today, but Reedkatt a little bit stronger in that stamina, finger control, speed department. So we'll see if that strategy ends up working out again. Reedkatt, for his part, you know, taking out Doomy, he just kind of played better. Doomy even, you know, picked things like DT1, and Reedkatt won that to close out the match on a break point. So it's going to be an interesting spot to be in. You know, I think you expect kind of well, they're banning really fast, so I don't even get to predict the bans. But I really did expect, Hidden 2 and one of the DTs out of Reedkatt, because obviously not a hidden player, and not a great speed finger control player. Meanwhile, maliszewski, you know, you expect the hard rock 2, not a precision player, and Reedkatt obviously well known for his hard rock ability. And then, you know, second ban could be any of a number of things here. So this is going to be one that we actually will get to see and react to instead of, you know, having it already have happened because they're so quick about these things.
Yeah, they really know exactly. Oh, maybe not too much. Nomad 3 ban against Reedkatt from maliszewski. Slightly surprising, even though Reedkatt is an extremely strong Nomad 3 alt player. You'd think maliszewski would definitely have the confidence in order to contest a pick like that, but maybe he thinks his efforts are best spent elsewhere. He's going to immediately go into the Nomad 5. Who saw that coming? Reedkatt, a strong stream player, but not a strong high BPM stamina player, has been proven in previous weeks here. You know, we kind of saw that match that they played between him and Zoodinator when they faced off against on that Nomad 5. Ristel saw that happen, and he is ready to go on the Predatory Reflection Nomad 5. A significant increase in difficulty from previous weeks in terms of stamina requirement and speed requirement. Overall strain, very difficult. 3 minutes and 15 seconds with relatively no stopping.
Yeah, notably, maliszewski, he did have this banned against him yesterday. Playing against Badu, that's kind of expected to happen. Reedkatt got forced to play it, put up about a 257k score against Doomy, who put up like a ridiculous, I think it was like 600, 700k, something along those lines. So he's gonna... Reedkatt is gonna have to improve that score from yesterday, I think, but the early break coming from maliszewski, so not quite getting into the flow of this map as early as he would have liked, but Reedkatt finds the break right on back and is already down an early 2% accuracy. I feel that this is something we've been seeing as a pretty general trend this weekend. You'll have one player who is, you know, capable of keeping up, you know, a relatively decent act on these speedier maps, and the other person kind of just tries to hold on for dear life and typically falls behind a fair amount. For now, though, these guys staying pretty even, so it's going to take a little while for anything to establish itself here.
And the break from maliszewski was a little uncharacteristic that early into the map. And again, of course, Reedkatt being a very strong stream player, he is not super uncomfortable of map styled like this, but you can definitely see on some of the longer streams in this map and the sections that have more left-hand strain, he really does start to struggle. You see a lot of accuracy dropped and a couple of chain misses here and there. So it really is just the difference in overall stamina comfortable, between these two players here. Maliszewski very clearly just a little bit more well-versed in these 240 longer streams here. You can kind of see Reedkatt, a couple hundreds, couple 50s at the ends of some of these longer ones here. And as we approach halfway into the map with Maliszewski at almost a 3% hack lead over Reedkatt, just barely a combo lead, not quite a significant amount, but it really is going to be on that hack. And I think given how the trend has been going upwards for Maliszewski on this one, I think he is a lot more comfortable here than he was in the beginning.
We'll see how he does, though, getting through this triple spam section. Looks like he's continuing to build up the ACK on his Maliszewski, so that's nice to see. Now, still at that 3% accuracy lead before we get into some more longer death streams, and boy, that was some ACK dropped from Reedkatt. When we get to the break here, they'll see the score. We do see that that's an S rank, so just a slider break from Maliszewski at the very start, establishing a 100k lead despite only 200 combo advantage. That's in large part due to that huge accuracy difference between the players. This gets to the point where it gets a little scary because you see these combos getting as big as they are, and you start to think maybe somebody could combo game if anybody finds, one unfortunate break, a little misaim, little finger lock, anything like that. You can end up winning combo game if you're in a decent enough spot like Reedkatt is right now, but for the moment, Maliszewski looking too comfortable keeping that ACK up, nearly 97.5, 1400 combo. And I don't know that he's going to be giving this away any too soon. This is a huge improvement from Reedkatt over yesterday, though.
Yeah, really. And honestly, this isn't even a case right now of whether or not Reedkatt's able to finish out the map. It's a case of whether or not Maliszewski finds a break in order for him to win this pick. And it really just looks like he is far more comfortable here at the ending than he was after that initial slider break here. Reedkatt doing fantastic for himself until that last stream right there. The 93% accuracy does cue you into just how much more uncomfortable he is than Maliszewski on a pick like this. But a valiant performance nonetheless, 560k, very respectable on a map that requires that level of stamina. He held his own for as long as he possibly could, but Maliszewski, being the player that he is, having just slight advantage in those left-hand oriented maps here, going to be making the difference in the accuracy with less than half the 150 count.
Yeah, it's crazy to me, though, looking at Reedkatt's score. The man put up 257k on this yesterday, and he put up 558 on it today. I don't know what he figured out in the last 24 hours, but that's a pretty impressive improvement. Yeah, right? He understood the method, even though he did still end up losing it. And he's going to go Nomad 4. This was one of those maps that he did, Reedkatt did actually win. If you compare their scores from yesterday, it was 630k to 570k. So not a big gap between the two, but on a relatively, streamy tech pick, Reedkatt clearly feeling like he's comfortable enough to put up that score or better today, and maybe win this same pick 2 days in a row against two different opponents.
Well, he's definitely been a very well-versed tech player, one of the better ones in the tournament thus far. He's really proven to us exactly where his strengths lie on some of these here. However, Maliszewski is another strong tech player, so this is another one of those maps where Reedkatt won it yesterday. Maliszewski is going to have to make some pretty decent improvements in order to find himself a win on this one here. Reedkatt is so strong at maps like this. A very good opening pick. We'll see as we get into the key eyes here what we're looking for on these slider bits here. Definitely a little bit of room for a misaim on some of these higher velocity sliders, regardless of how comfortable you are on some of the control patterns.
Yeah, this is definitely just kind of ramps up most aspects of difficulty of tech, where it increases the difficulty of the slider aim, it increases some of these awkward little quad cut streams. It's a tricky pick. This was actually the first map played for Maliszewski in his match against Badu yesterday, and he did win it on a break point. So clearly something that he's comfortable with playing, and he'll look to improve the score just like Reedkatt will. And both of them look pretty comfortable through the first third of the map. No breaks as of yet, just a small accuracy lead for Maliszewski, which is maybe something of a trend. We've seen that happening a lot where there'll be just an equal combo act lead for somebody. A lot of these matches have gone that way with all these players being as strong as they are. And we still haven't seen a break. And we're up to going on 1600 combined combo. We're going to get to that one slider stream. That's really scary. If they both have an FC going into that slider stream, I'm going to be terrified for them.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is really going to come down to the wire here. It really shows you how strong these players are at these late-stage picks right here. And, it's not even necessarily that this No Pod 4 is easy, because it's not. These guys are just really good at what they do in a slider stream break from maliszewski.
Like I said, one of them was, if they double FC going to that section, one of them was going to hit it, one of them wasn't, and that just determines the outcome of the map right there, all at once.
Score lead already in favor of Reedkatt by a decent margin, 50k and growing. He does finally find the slider break towards the ending part, which is going to open up a little bit of an opportunity for maliszewski to come back into things.
Yeah, that's winnable now. He's got 150 combo advantage, but more importantly, he's got a 1.5% ACK advantage. This score might have enough time to come back if maliszewski can hold on to this combo and keep the ACK up. It's going to be very close, but that ACK is really carrying him.
There's a lot of combo density here at the ending. Both players are going to hit that dense square right there. Ooh, Reedkatt almost dropped.
He held. That was a 50, but he held combo. The score is going to go over the last second here, I think. Yep, there it is. maliszewski with the, I'm telling you, it's the 1.4% accuracy lead and comboing the entire hard part.
Don't do it to him. He did it to him.
He did it to him by 8,000 points. maliszewski. He breaks on the slider stream, but he holds through the rest with 99.14 accuracy. That is ludicrous ACK on this map. Insane. Like, that is absurd. And that's an early break point, and that's, it's improved scores on this. It's improved score on this for maliszewski. It's almost an identical score for Reedkatt, but
slider break.
That one slider break near the end, unfortunately enough, that made the difference.
You hate to see it on a slider break. You really do. It's just one of those things that you have very little control over when you slider break a lot of the times, because you aim it the best you can, but when you've got slider velocities like that mixed in with a lot of these control patterns, you really have to focus so much. It's relatively impossible to guarantee yourself some breaking here. So an inopportune time for Reedkatt, but maliszewski had the accuracy lead in the end, which means probably overall more comfortable. It's going to go back into the speed maps here. Understandably, I think we're going to be seeing a potential, speed run from maliszewski out of this match, given the lack of such comparatively on Reedkatt.
Yeah, when I was looking at this matchup last night ahead of schedule of time, it was really the thing that jumped out was maliszewski picking speed stuff into Badoo and Reedkatt having speed picked into him by Doomy. And, maliszewski won those picks, and most of those picks in the other match, Doomy won against Reedkatt. So it kind of just always felt like this was going to be a match where maliszewski would be trying to pick whatever speed was available to him. So Nomad 5 DT2 as the first two picks, absolutely no surprise there at all. A lot of finger control in this one with the, those kind of buzz sliders that you see all over the place. You have to be comfortable at kind of getting the right number of taps in these bursts, because otherwise it's very easy to slider break. We saw that happen yesterday to some players. So far, both these guys feeling okay, but 5% accuracy lead. Once again, the more comfortable speed player showing off that exact kind of aspect of his game.
Reedkatt can play this, just not well. Triggers drops the combo on a buzz slider there, but so does maliszewski. Okay, it's going to be a lead for maliszewski, still 100,000 score based on that slight combo lead with the accuracy, but he does drop combo again on the finger control here, kind of messing up some of the patterning here, just maybe under-tapping a bit. Did find a miss. Reedkatt is somehow continuing to mash his way as maliszewski finds more misses.
I swear if Reedkatt comes back to win this despite being down 5% accuracy, I don't know how I'm gonna feel. Maliszewski is having a lot of trouble with comboing, and Reedkatt is holding on. It's gonna come down to the last second, and it's not gonna be enough.
Yeah, I think he had to miss one more time. Unlucky. Almost did it. He almost did it.
Yeah. It's the accuracy. I mean, once again, like, if Reedkatt had been able to act that a little bit better, that would have been eminently winnable for him. But unfortunately, when you're down 95 ACK to 90.5 ACK, it's a tough ask.
You didn't even miss.
Yeah, it's an A rank It's an A rank 0 miss.
What do
Buzz
you
sliders,
even
buzz
do?
sliders, buzz sliders, by the way.
Literally. Like, I don't understand. You can't predict it. I mean, Reedkatt literally had 3 misses because he under-aimed a stream pattern in the No Mod 5, and he literally has not missed since, and he has just lost to the pure fact that maliszewski has put up, maybe not what I would consider the best accuracy, but Reed has just had a significantly rough time on the AC for every single pick so far.
Yeah,
no hard rock yet.
You get to this stage of the tournament when these pools get as hard as they have gotten in this one, and you really start to kind of crystallize those niche picks. And so only the players that are really comfortable within those confines can play them well. And that's why you end up seeing these giant AC gaps on some of these maps, because the other player may be able to give it a shot, but you can tell a lot by the accuracy who's more comfortable to pick. And wow, we're just seeing stream maps, I guess, huh? We get Nomad 5, DT2, and now Nomad 2 in our first 3 out of 4 maps. This is a long one, too. What is it?
Reedkatt,
4.5 minutes, 210 BPM streams.
He's a consistency stream player, and if there was ever any map in a pool that would fit that skill set to a T, it might be this one here. Aether Realm stream maps kind of has Reedkatt's name written all over it, so we'll see what happens here. 4.5 minutes of 210 BPM streams here. Ristel has found some unfortunate breaks regardless of how strong he's looked in previous history on maps like this, and given that this No Mod 2 map pretty much perfectly fits Reedkatt's skill set, and how much more consistent I think he's looked on maps so far today, is a pretty good shot that he's going to be able to pull up a point on this one.
Yeah, I think this is a very good pick for Reedkatt. I am interested in the fact that he had this available yesterday and never picked it. Obviously, he ended up winning that match anyway, so it didn't really make a difference at the end, but this was left up through the entire match. It was neither picked nor banned by Reedkatt or Doomy.
I wouldn't want to pick this into Doomy either.
I guess you wouldn't want to pick it into him, but I don't know if you're as comfortable on this map as Reedkatt looks already. It's interesting to me that he didn't play it. But maybe wanted to leave it up. I don't know. Maybe it would have been a later pick.
He's a stream player. I guess he could have been scared. I don't know. Yeah. Just frightened that Doomy was going to be ready for this pick.
Still holding the SS through almost 700 combo, though. Clearly, Reedkatt in his groove on this type of map. As you said, this is very, very much right within his wheelhouse.
210 is super comfortable for him. maliszewski is going to drop one more 100. I think he's at about 3 or 4 now, so enough to give the score lead over to Reedkatt, but it certainly will come down to these longer stream sections here. Reedkatt's finally going to drop the double S on these very difficult stream set velocity sections here. And there goes Ristel, just slightly less comfortable on the stream velocities here. Reedkatt's going to hold through the spacing, see if he makes it through this entire chorus section here. He continues to drop hundreds, but it's enough to hold the combo, and that's exactly what he needed. We're going to approach halfway. If Reedkatt holds combo all the way through to there's not going to be much Ristel's going to be able to do about this one.
Yeah, this is just Reedkatt showing his strength in this skill set. maliszewski with what looked like an unfortunate maybe under aim on that stream where he found the break. He'll try to get some combo back, but until and unless Reedkatt misses, it's just not going to matter at this point. With that combo being as huge as it is, it's a long way to go and a big mountain to climb for Ristel to try to get back into this, down by about 100k now at halfway.
Well, halfway point has passed. Reedkatt looking to push 99.45, 99.5% accuracy. We've got a little couple 1/3 cut sections right here. This is definitely going to be one of the more difficult parts for Reedkatt. We've seen him struggle on some of these more 1/3 intensive, rhythmically intensive sections here. He's going to take a couple of hundreds here, but no combo drops. If he makes it through this, I'd say we'd be hard-pressed to see Reedkatt lose this pick. maliszewski putting up a good combo right now, but this should be pretty comfortable. It's just short bursts at 210 into some sliders here. Really just so strong at this map right now.
Yeah, this is such a Reedkatt pick, man. He's showing it, like, still holding 99.5 accuracy, still holding the full combo. There is effectively nothing that maliszewski can do except pray that his opponent finds a big chain miss, because he would need to drop AC, he would need to drop combo And even then, with the score gap being as big as it is, I don't know that it would really make much difference anymore.
He hit the hard stream. Oh my gosh.
If this holds, this would be a very, very impressive full combo from Reedkatt. It is going to be a 1 point. That much is guaranteed pretty much already. But whether or not he can FC is the question that remains to be answered, and he's looking like that answer might end up being yes.
Yeah, Reedkatt's just gaining score at an exponentially higher rate than maliszewski right now. An 800 combo difference between the two of them right now, 800 plus. And a slight accuracy lead for Reedkatt as well is just adding a little insult to injury there. Despite the fact that maliszewski has had infinitely better accuracy on the opening picks here, Reedkatt has turned things around. He's made it to the final section. There is really nothing to break on at the ending here as we come into the last set of jumps and streams right at the ending. Maybe potential, but we're going to see if Reedkatt will achieve the thing into the ending of the map. We won't curse it. We won't say anything. Maliszewski's holding, Reedkatt's holding into the last couple patterns, and that is going to be the last jump section with maliszewski missing, and Reedkatt holds the FC.
Wow. That is
15-100s.
Impressive, man. 2500 combo, 99.5 AC FC on the lengthy 210 BPM Nomad 2 from Reedkatt. He's saying, I may be down 3-0, but I am by no means out of this match yet. Putting up one of the best scores we've seen all weekend. That is impeccable from Reedkatt to get himself on the board in this match.
This is like if anyone has seen that Top Gear meme, it's like maliszewski, this is brilliant, but Reedkatt, I like this. That's exactly how I feel about that score. Like, maliszewski, that's great, but I like this.
And that,
what an impressive performance.
Gets him on the board. Maliszewski now, with his third pick, is going to go away from left hand, he's going to go away from speed, and he's going to go into a Reedkatt skill set.
Okay.
And he's going to drop into the hard rock pool. So he bans the precision hard rock, gets the one that's really not great for him out of the way. And then he'll go ahead and pick the hard rock 1, which Karasu is, for all intents and purposes, just a jump practice map that happens to be at 7.15 stars with hard rock applied. This map is large back and forth jumps that will have your cursor going to the farthest reaches of your cursor or your tablet area that may or may not have been previously explored. And it throws it at you instantly too. You literally, like, you get into the first 50 combo of this map, and there's already 7-star jumps. So this is a lot of aim, and it's a big departure from what we've seen so far in this match.
Yeah, this is just, I mean, I don't know, Reedkatt didn't look too hot on this the other day in terms of performance across this match here. You know, playing that hard rock one, 513k compared to the 750k almost on maliszewski. Really, on a hard rock one like this, it does come down to the difference of potentially just 1 or 2 misses, you know, similar to what we see on a lot of these other aim consistency picks like Nomad 1, where it really is thrown off by, you know, just something. And the hard rock ones in this tournament thus far have definitely been slightly more uncomfortable than most other conventional hard rock ones that you see in tournaments here. A lot of consistency-based hard rock ones, generally the trend, but this year definitely focusing more on that raw aim, which does prove to be a little bit more difficult for people who are generally expecting something slightly more comfortable than a hard rock one, and this is not comfortable.
And then we go into this first Ki. Reedkatt did find a break in about the first 40 combo. It's not going to affect all that much. What's happening more here is that maliszewski does have 99.5 AC versus 98, so a little bit of added score from that. But both players holding combo and getting through the big jumps just fine. Gonna stay pretty close, you know, despite... Wow, that looked like an under-aim from maliszewski. What the heck? That bottom right note, I swear it looked like he under-aimed that.
That was close. He held it.
But he held, and both players keep combo through the first guy. I don't know if we've seen that happen yet. I feel like somebody has broken there when we've seen this played previously.
Well, we're going to see what happens on this pick here, regardless of how good the accuracy is between both of these players here. We mentioned before, this is one of those maps that is just decided by on a 1 miss. Ristel would be very hard-pressed to improve his score from yesterday. 750k on this map is insanely impressive, given how difficult the aim requirement is on this. That 7.15 stars is misleading, and Reedkatt under-aims the far right-hand corner of his screen there, just barely, and that is going to be a massive score lead from maliszewski very quickly. Already 100,000 instantly off that break. Just past halfway. Really not going to be a whole lot of opportunity for Reedkatt to come back from this. It looks like he's going to put up slightly better of a score than he did yesterday, but maliszewski is definitely going to be making an improvement from that 750k.
Yeah, this is looking very comboable here for maliszewski, I'll say it that way. Unfortunately for Reedkatt, you break twice in that second ki right around the halfway mark. We all know what that's going to do to your score. You set yourself pretty much a hard cap when you do that. And maliszewski, meanwhile, gets through the big jumps, gets through the little space burst. Now he just has the last ki to get through. The map has pretty much been decided at this point. Unfortunately, Reedkatt's aim not quite where it needed to be. He's still going to put up, as you said, a very solid score, but it's not going to be enough. And we only have one thing left to find out here on this pick. And we're going to be finding out very soon.
Will he achieve?
This is
looking like it. This is crazy.
This is kind of absurd.
This is yeah.
Oh
my God!
Giant back and forth got him. That is a full screen, full width back and forth jump that is probably the hardest single pattern to aim in that entire map. And unfortunately, that is pain. That was so close to being just ridiculous back-to-back FCs from these players. Reedkatt on the Nomad 2 leading into maliszewski on the Hard Rock 1. Unfortunately, wasn't meant to be.
We'll call it
he takes the point.
He's a million plus.
He takes the 4-1. It's a million points. It's fine. No big deal.
We're fine. It's good.
That's a really impressive score. Like, regardless of the miss, that's a really impressive score.
Yeah, that score is still mildly adequate despite what people may think. What a good performance.
Now down 4-1. Your name is Reedkatt. You have picked Nomad 4. You have picked Nomad 2. You had Nomad 3 and Hard Rock 2 banned against you. Where do you go from here? Do you risk like the Hard Rock 3 that maliszewski FC'd yesterday? Do you just go totally off the wall and pick Hidden 3 because you won it against Doomy by hitting some of the RNG space stream patterns? I don't know. Or do you just pick Nomad 1 and be like, I just lost aim, but now I'm gonna win aim, screw it.
Just maybe the blunder on the one miss from him there. I'm not entirely sure what he goes for. He does still have Hard Rock 3 left up in the pool, but that might be contested between these two players here.
Yeah, Ristel FC'd it yesterday. Oh my god, he's doing Nomad.
You know what? Wow. He looked good on it last week. He really did.
He put up 311k on this map against Doomy yesterday, which was enough to win it. This map, a very different style of Nomad 6, which is why I did not really consider him picking this. Last week's Nomad 6 was kind of the modern tradition of a rhythm-based Nomad 6. This week's is a reading and overlap-oriented Nomad 6, so it's a completely different style of map in that slot. We didn't see Reedkatt, or we didn't see maliszewski play it, because he banned it out. He was playing against Badoo. Of course you banned it out.
Yep.
So, his target, probably 350k or so, knowing what he saw Reedkatt do yesterday. I don't know what to expect out of this at all.
You know, if you're Reedkatt, what you do is, you know, he had a really good time on a Nomad 6 pick last week, and he is a fairly strong gimmick player, but what you probably are hoping for right now is that maliszewski did not practice this map, because think about it. He's playing against Badoo. He knows he's going to ban this map because he's going to lose it instantly if he picks it. So what are the chances that he didn't practice it because of that? That's maybe what you're hoping for.
The chances are there. The question is whether he at least went and looked at it after he knew the result. After he won and knew that he was going to be playing Reedkatt or Badoo, you know, maybe he went and looked at it then because he thought, I'm probably going to leave this up against either of those guys. So, you know, if he didn't play it during the week, hopefully he at least looked at it yesterday when he found out, after he won, you know, and knew that he was going to be playing an opponent who was less of a specialist in this skill set. But, man, this map is so hard. This map is so hard. These back and forth overlapping sliders and perfect stacks and wiggle aim. Oh, Reedkatt. Look at that act from both players.
So good.
We're going to see a couple B ranks again.
Ooh, there's a miss.
All right, it's lead in combo lead. Oh, maliszewski, buddy.
That's a misread. Yeah, maybe Just a little bit more practice from Reedkatt on this one. It's definitely something that maliszewski has played before. I doubt he's sight reading a map like this, but Reedkatt maybe just a little more confident in the combo right now. He doesn't have a miss, unlike maliszewski, only the slider break from earlier on in the map. Maybe just to note, slightly more comfortable on a pick like this, not having a miss. Definitely, you know, you could miss on a slider on this so easily given the overlaps. Just barely a miss aim at the end of the slider, maybe. So it's a combo lead for Reedkatt, and it's enough to lock 30,000 score to his side almost right now. The accuracy is certainly not doing too many favors, but it's enough.
Yeah, this is like lovely ice cream princess on like just like turned up to 11 with
Lower
the
the
perfect
AR on that to
overlapping
6.
stuff. This is such a just ridiculous map, and honestly, both players.
That's a
break
chain
from
miss.
Reedkatt. That's a chain miss from Reedkatt. The accuracy lead and the combo lead go over to Ristel, but he drops immediately after. He had the opportunity to take the lead back, and it was not meant to be. And I think now Reedkatt should be able to hold on. There's not much map left.
Yeah, maliszewski found a couple of misses just prior to this section too as well, so it's going to continue to keep this pretty close between the two. Ristel's dropping accuracy, but Rita's dropped the combo, and so does maliszewski, and that is just going to be it. And almost the exact same accuracy.
Yeah, that came down kind of to the wire in a very different way than some of the other maps have been. You know, this is about who can combo break the least rather than, you know, who can combo the most. And the answer there seems to have been Reedkatt by the barest of margins. He goes 311k yesterday, 327k today, so a little bit of an improvement, and it was enough. And I think for maliszewski, it's kind of a throwaway. Like, he was never really taking this map super seriously if it got picked, so I don't think he's going to feel too bad. He's still got that 4-2 lead. He's still got that break point in his back pocket.
Yeah, he's holding it, but Reedkatt's starting to get a little bit more comfortable in this match here, slightly more prepared for these later picks here. I think he was trying to find his groove at the beginning a little bit, and I think he looks a lot better now than he did at the beginning. maliszewski is just going to immediately pick Hidden 1 right off of that. He's held off this long from picking the 2 hidden maps that are left in the pool, and I think he might just go for them now. Reedkatt, being the less than confident hidden player that he is, may have a little bit of trouble against maliszewski on a pick like this.
Yeah, and this is, interestingly enough, going to be the first time we actually get to see this map played this week. We've not seen a Hidden 1 in our preceding several matches of the weekend. So it'll be our introduction to very awkward aim Hidden 1, as befits the slot. And as you said, this is just super maliszewski favored, I think, because Reedkatt, not exactly a hidden player.
Yeah, no, not at all. And we mean no harm against Reedkatt in saying that, and it's because he has said it himself. He just despises the hidden modification, and maliszewski doesn't. So we will see potentially a more one-sided performance on this map, but this is fairly comfortable in terms of a hidden pick. You know, Hidden 1 generally more aim consistency oriented, you know, sometimes flow aim on that aspect, but I think we're going to be seeing, you know, Reedkatt be way more comfortable on something like this than he would be on Hidden 2, but definitely just slightly more uncomfortable based on the beginning accuracy here.
Yeah, I think just the hidden reading aspect of it is going to be what Reedkatt will have trouble with more so than, you know, the aim or anything like that. 240 BPM is maybe a little high compared to what he's normally comfortable with, as he finds what looked like a note lock before that aim. He tapped on a wrong note and then misaimed, and now we see the discomfort kind of coming into play maybe a little bit. maliszewski still holding into this first ki, and okay, it's all over.
I don't know how people play this map without just jamming out to the song.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
All right, someone cue up the Abyssal clip. This is Abyssal Kami no Kotaba.mp4.
Oh goodness. Dude, this map is so hard, man, that section.
Yeah, the key eyes in this are really difficult, man.
They will obliterate your aim.
At that BPM, and being as relatively awkward and uncomfortable as the aim patterns are, yeah, it's just
hack difference.
It's just tough. Oh, well, how many times did Reedkatt?
He missed a lot more. He missed a lot more.
He's gonna end up with more misses than 100s, I think.
Probably.
thanks to that aim chain miss in the first KI.
I think Maliszewski only found maybe 3 or 4 misses in that big KI compared to Reedkatt, who probably found maybe 15 to 16. Very unfortunate for him. Just not any way he's going to be able to come back on this map right now, unless he somehow FCs the ending part despite absolutely demolishing his accuracy on the first KI.
89 AC and like 15 misses in the first KI, but he's going to FC the second entire half of the map.
Yes!
And Maliszewski is going to evaporate into a fine mist in the confines of his home.
And that'd be ridiculous.
He will lose.
I would pay money to see that. I would actually pay money to see that. That'd be so cool to see. Just like a complete 180 between the players.
Yeah, I think it's a little late for that, unfortunately. That 200k score gap is killing.
Nothing he's going to do right now.
This is simply an eyeball gap at this point. Though Reedkatt is, hitting stuff now. He's figured it out. Chat, he's learning, chat. This is actually kind of cool. They're just both comboing this entire last KI with no real issues. I will say, okay, there's the breaks. I was very impressed by Reedkatt for a big chunk of that, and then he threw away my admiration, unfortunately. But Maliszewski takes it to the surprise of about no one by a 300k margin. Thies, the replayer, is punching air, 650k on his replay. So still staying in that #1 slot for the scores on this map.
Very respectable for Reedkatt, honestly. Given his performance in that first KI, 328k is very, very good. 48 misses, that's good.
So 5-2. 5-2. This map doesn't matter. It occurred exactly as we expected it to. Match points for Maliszewski. Reedkatt does not have a lot of picks left in this pool, I don't think. I don't know what he necessarily goes for here. Nomad 6 was the reaching deep into the bag of tricks type of option. I don't know. I guess you can just go Hard Rock 3. I think it's Hard Rock 3, but like that's more so because there's not really much else for it to be.
Yeah, I don't know. What does Reedkatt even go for here? What happens now?
Hidden 3.
Nope, it is Hidden 3.
It's Hidden 3. He actually...
Nope, it's Hidden 3.
He's actually doing it. Okay, so for anybody who didn't watch Reedkatt versus Doomy yesterday, Reedkatt had the highest roll of all high roll performances on Hidden 3. Doomy picked it second, and Reedkatt put up 582k and won it. You heard that right. Reedkatt won a hidden map against Doomy. So, this is I have no real great options in this. I'm going to hope I high roll this map again 2 days in a row, and I'm going to hope my opponent low rolls it, because this is a very high volatility pick. The spaced low aim streams in the back half of this map are so easy to chain miss that you're basically just throwing a dice roll at how many of them you're going to hit and how many your opponent is going to miss and hoping for the best.
I'm ready. I'm ready for this right now. This is going to be so exciting if Reed can just completely, 180 his hidden performance from the previous map.
This is the ultimate gamble. Reedkatt going back-to-back Nomad 6 into Hidden 3. And look, that's exactly what happens. You can just chain miss those patterns so easily. I don't care how good you are at Hidden. I don't care how bad you might be at Hidden. You can hit them or you can chain miss them, and it's literally just a coin flip as to which of those two things is going to happen.
Well, looks like Maliszewski is going to have that burst break that we're looking for, and Reedkatt's going to hold confidently through this beginning section. Not confidently, as he finds 2 misses, and a lot more than 2 misses, and a lot more than 10 misses.
Yep.
And section.
Yep. This is a chain miss.
Stream.
This is a chain miss map. If you miss one note in these patterns, you're going to miss the entire thing. Look, Burnt Rice pattern. Burnt Rice pattern. Goodbye.
Notes are missed.
I don't know what's happening to Reedkatt here.
The notes are being missed.
He's not hitting. I think he's missing more notes than he's hitting over the
entire
first half of this map. That's GG. Congratulations, Maliszewski. This was the ultimate coin flip pick for Reedkatt. I still think he should have picked Hard Rock 3 over this, but I can understand where you're coming from picking this, knowing what happened yesterday and just hoping to high roll it again.
Yeah, he had a good performance yesterday, and unfortunately, it's just you know, what do you do? Loki Doki no Mud 3 or Hidden 3. I mean, this map is super difficult. Cut streams on this are just intense the entire way through. He unfortunately is actually moving his cursor way too fast on every single one of these, and there are breaks everywhere. Maliszewski's going to drop the combo, but not before he puts up almost 600,000. Reedkatt might hit 130k. Yeah, he will. Okay, good. There's more map left, but I mean, you can see the difference in just how comfortable these players were at the beginning here. Even Maliszewski finding a significant amount of chain misses here. Less than Reedkatt, though, still hitting some of the patterns right now, but again, Reed, he's moving too fast on everything. He's just over-aiming every single pattern, which is so unfortunate for him, given his performance yesterday. He, fortunately, at least in the back of his mind, would not have won this map despite his score yesterday, but that is unfortunate, but well played to Maliszewski.
Yeah, that's just low rolling this map for Reedkatt and Maliszewski. He was consistent on the parts of the map that are maybe a little easier to be consistent on, and gave himself a big enough lead that it was just never going to become backable for Reedkatt. And that's the story, and that's the 6-2 final score. Maliszewski moves on to the next round of the losers bracket round 4, in a pretty solid manner. He won all 4 of his own picks and got 2 break points. I mean, you can't really ask for a whole lot more in a matchup like this.
Well, we've got a strong Maliszewski performance here today to push him into the next round of the tournament. He is going to go into next weekend facing off against the loser of Utami versus Mathy, which will be a little bit later today. We'll have to wait and see the winner of that match after 19 UTC. But of course, Reedkatt, unfortunately, out of the tournament now. We thank him for playing this year. He has had a valiant effort pushing through some very difficult matchups all the way from the early stages till now. He's done a great job of fighting his way, but we will say goodbye to him. And we've got plenty more matches today, though.